Hey guys, this is SEO Floyd, and I'd like to welcome you back to Source University, and this is going to be video number 2 in the client prospecting portion of the course. So I would like to ask you a question right now. Have you completed the first video in the prospecting section? If that answer is yes, then please proceed and watch this video. If the answer is no, please hit pause or stop and go back and do the first video. All right, this course is meant to be done in order because the concepts build upon each other. And if you have not done video number 1, please go back and do video number 2 and continue. So if you have not done video number 1, I'm going to give a pause here for a couple of seconds for you to go ahead and pause and go watch that training. All right. If you're still here, then I assume that you have finished video number 1 and executed, and I should be saying congratulations to you on getting at least one new client. If you went through and earnestly did the first exercise and executed, you should already have your first client. So congratulations. The first one is always the hardest. All right, so for this video, we're going to talk about method number 2. And method number 2, much like method number 1, is extremely powerful and often overlooked. All right, and when you see how powerful this is, it's going to be one of those things that if you aren't doing this already, you're going to kind of want to smack yourself in the head and be like, wow, why have I not been doing this all along? All right, so this method is a method that I've been using for a long time and I still use today. And so this method is what I call the easy in. All right, I call it the easy in, and you are going to understand why here in just a moment. All right, so we're going to begin this section just like we did section number 1. And again, please don't ignore this part. Please just trust me on this. Go ahead and start this video when you have at least 30 minutes to an hour, all alone, all by yourself, undistracted. No cell phone, no Facebook popping up, no kids screaming in the background or asking you to play. Make some time for you. Schedule some time for your business, one-on-one, alone, to do this exercise. Okay? So if you're watching this now and you are right in the middle of a hectic day, I'm going to give you a second here, a couple of second pause for you to go ahead and pause this. And then what I'd like you to do is to schedule this time to do this exercise and then come back. All right, so we'll pause for just a second now. Okay, so if you're still here, then that means that you are sitting somewhere by yourself and without distractions, and you are ready to move forward. All right, so all right, the first thing that I want you to do is I want you to, again, grab a pad and paper or open up your notepad or whatever your favorite method is for writing stuff down and keeping track of it. And I want you to make a list of all the businesses that you are a client of. Okay? So that's all you're going to do right now for the next 15, 20, 30 minutes. I want you to sit down and start writing out all of the businesses that you are a client of. Okay? I want you to sit down and really write this out. Okay? Anybody that you pay money to that provides you a product or service, I want you to go ahead and put them on the list. Now at this point, don't do anything with the list other than just make it. Okay? So if you're thinking, hey, I buy from McDonald's every day, but McDonald's might not be a good prospect for me for this portion, go ahead and write McDonald's down. Okay? All right. Now, let me explain why this method is so powerful, okay? And why you should be so excited right now, all right? Here's why. Here is the absolute genius and beauty of this method and why it works so well, okay? And it's one simple sentence. They have to let you pitch them, okay? So I want you to really think about that, all right? The people that I'm going to tell you to go after are people that you buy products and services for. Hence, you are their client, okay? So pretty much maybe 99.9999% of the time, they have to let you pitch them, okay? So I want you to realize that. If there's somebody that you're paying on some frequency and they provide some product or service to you and you approach them professionally and ask them to let you offer your product or your service, they kind of have to, right? Right? I want you to think about that. If you're buying a product from me, let's say that, I'm your mortgage broker, okay? And you get all of your home loans through me. I'm making a lot of money off of you. You're my client. I want to have a good relationship with you. I want to get referrals from you, right? So if you come to me and say, hey, I'd like to talk to you about, increasing your presence online on Google. I'd like to talk about, making you some more money, getting you some more leads. I pretty much have to let you, right? Because I'm scared I'm going to lose that relationship otherwise. Okay? So I hope that's making sense to you. I hope you're actually a little bit excited right now if you aren't doing this already. Okay? I can't tell you how many clients that I personally have gotten using this method. And I'll tell you this, pretty much almost every person that I buy a product or service from on a regular basis is my client. Okay? As a matter of fact, just this week, I had a new fence put in my backyard, and the fence cost me $4,200, and I signed them up as a new client, and they are I believe it was $3,000 down as a project campaign launch. And they're going to be like $2,000 a month. I don't remember the specifics, but I think it was $3,000 down and $2,000 a month. So already, I will have made back my money and basically gotten a free fence. Okay, and again, that was applying this technique. Okay, so again, I hope you're excited at this point. I hope that you see the power in this. All right, so. One of the methods that I want you to do, after you've done your brainstorming is I want you to go ahead, I want you to look through your bank account, okay? Your bank account is going to be a good source because there's probably going to be some places that you haven't thought of that, some people or some businesses that you frequent that you're not thinking about. And when you look through that bank account, a lot of times it's going to give you some information. So go ahead and look through it, look through a couple of months. Most banks will let you do, download a statement with a specific type of charges, like charges, not just deposits. So look at your charges, right? Look at your charges for the last 2 or 3 months. Okay. This is going to be something that will, get you started on this, in addition to your brainstorming. Okay. So what are you going to do next? Well, of course, how you approach each niche is, it's going to be a little bit differently. The way you're going to approach, let's say, your landscape company is going to be a little different than the way that you're going to approach your doctor, okay? But in essence, you already know who these people are. You already know what type of product or service that they offer. You already have some experience. So at a minimum, what I would do is something like I would do, a nice site audit for them. Or a very basic competitor analysis. And these are all things that we're going to teach you how to do in the course, that are free or very, very low cost. And so when you do go in and make this pitch to this company, you have some market intelligence, you have some math. And so it's going to give you a much better chance of, actually closing the deal. All right. So again, the most important thing is to make that list. Okay, and then reach out to them and get the process started. So I want to give you some ideas of some places that you can start about this. Again, hopefully this will get your brain going a little bit. So hopefully everyone listening to this has a dentist. Okay, so as one example, dentists are fantastic clients. Okay, they have very high profit margins typically. And so that's a great place. Your accountant. Right? This is somebody, if you're a small businessman, you pretty much for sure have an accountant to help. Your doctor, your real estate agent, okay? I mentioned your mortgage broker earlier, okay? So, again, the key here is just all the people that you buy from. And don't limit yourself to who you buy from. This is, again, another good opportunity, to reach out to family and friends. You could reach out to your family. Let's say you don't have an account, okay? You could go out on Facebook and say, hey, anybody know a good accountant? And family and friends. If they know someone, then that could be the end that you could use, okay? So it's not the direct 100% end because you're their client. But you know what? You could be their client, right? If everything was right. So again, just like the last training, I want you to collect all of your data on a spreadsheet, all right? So after you've done your brainstorming, I want you to sit down and I want you to, collect who you're going to target, when you're going to target them, and, get it on paper, get a date down, get something scheduled with these people. Okay. So again, if we use your dentist as an example, you probably want to do this when you're actually on a dental appointment, right? So if you haven't had a cleaning in a while, or something like that, don't just blind email them or anything. Go ahead and make an appointment, have that cleaning, and while you're there, and probably maybe when you're checking out, you'll ask for the office manager, right? And just say, hi, I just wanted to tell you I'm so happy with, Dr. So-and-so, and all the great work that he's done. But I noticed that, you're not, on page 1 of Google, and, you're missing out on a lot of, valuable new clients. And, I'm just such a happy client, of yours, and you do such a great job. I'd like to help you. So, and give them the report or give them a DVD, whatever you've got, and say, here's some information I've collected for you. I'd love to sit down and talk with you, about this. And, depending on the relationship you have and depending on kind of how things are, you may want to go ahead and make an appointment now. All right. If it doesn't feel right, then you want to do a follow-up. Okay. But that's kind of what you're going to do. All right. And so again, I want to reiterate this. I can't stress this enough. Do not blow this method off. Okay. It's really funny. Actually, a lot of the top SEOs that I know that do client SEO that are very successful, they started doing this and they're still doing this. I make a very nice living off of SEO. I don't really need another client. But when one is just like handed to you, right? When I'm sitting here, and, I'm looking for, someone to do my fence, does it hurt me to necessarily start looking on page 2 of Google for fencing people? Right? No, it doesn't hurt me. Why not knock out 2 birds with 1 stone? Okay? So, start thinking about this. Start thinking about this when you do all of your, your buying decisions. Think to yourself, I'm about to make this purchase. Before I make this purchase at this establishment, is this something that I could maybe turn to my benefit? Is it someone that could potentially be a client? Okay? So start to be thinking about that all the time, wherever you are, wherever you go. Always be thinking about who's a potential client for you. Okay? So again, please do not blow this off. If you did method 1, you should already have a client from it. If you do this one, it's almost impossible for you to not get at least 1 client from this. Okay? If you're doing this and you have reached out to these people and it's not working, then it has to do with your approach or your pricing or something else. Okay? This method works. It works pretty much 100%. If you make a list, I would think even a normal person would have a half dozen to a dozen people on this list, businesses. And if you have children, then that list is going to double. Okay, if you have children, then you've got all those extra people. You've got your dentist for your children. You've got your doctor just for your children. You've got, all these, dance lessons and just everything, right? All right, so guys, again, go out and act on this stuff. Okay, don't just watch it and go, that was interesting, and let me see what the next video is about. Do this stuff. Okay, that's the difference between winning and losing in this game, especially in the beginning. It's all about execution. Okay, if you watch these videos and you don't use it, then you've absolutely wasted your energy and your money, and that's not what we want for you. We want you to win. We want you to be successful. So please go out there and act and win, and be sure to let us know about it when you do. All right, so that is it for this video. Again, good luck, guys. Go out there and get them, and we'll see you in the next